before I dive too much deeper into how to heal ADHD, I want to talk a little bit more about the prerequisites or foundational knowledge that I feel is essential to understanding like everything else I'm about to say in subsequent videos. It is these prerequisites that even led me to to healing my own ADHD, right? This whole journey. Now, you don't have to believe everything I'm saying, but I would suggest, stay open because you never know what you may hear that could help you. The first prerequisite, and you know what? I actually ran all this, like all my thoughts through ChatGPT just to see like the feedback that I would get about this because I understand this topic is very like controversial, maybe. Some people don't believe you can heal, that, it's a lifelong psychological or mental disorder or whatever. And so Chad's idea was like, soften it, blah blah blah. But honestly, that's just not me. So I'm gonna be straight up real with you. Just understand, like, this is my experience. This is how I healed, and you can take from it what you want and leave what you don't want, right? And so the first one is identity. And I am going to be looking down at my screen because I got a lot of notes here. Like, there's a lot to this shit that I would have never known. So I had to write it down. So, identity. A few years ago, there was no difference between the body, the mind, or anything else. I saw it as like one big fat unit, and I thought it was all me. Now, let me explain what I mean by this. I eventually started to learn when I first dove into this journey that I am not the body. I am simply experiencing life in this body, but this is not me. Like when we die, we don't take this body, but we continue on, right? Like, because we're not the body. And I didn't understand that. I thought I was my body. I thought this was me. I thought when I died, it was just the end. I'm in the dirt because I couldn't remember anything previously, before this experience. And so I was like, it must be like how it was before, nothingness. Uh, after my own research, after my own experience, my own digging, I realized like that was naive me, that was ignorant me. I was just young, didn't know any better. And the only other, let's say, thought processes that were being pushed my way were Christianity thought processes. And I didn't like, they didn't sit well with me. So I think that's number one, realizing that you're not this body. Let me add to that. This body right here is, you could think about it like a video game, right? Like when you get projected into the video game, you have your controller and everything, and you have your person on the screen, your 3D, 2D, whatever game you play in first person. Like, that's you. Like, you can design your character, you can shape them differently. Like, you can, like, just like you can in the video game, you can in real life. You can go to the gym if you want to look different. You can eat different if you want to look different. Like, you can go get education if you want to be more intelligent. You could learn about body language and emotions if you want to be more emotionally intelligent. Like, there's so many things you can do to like shape your avatar. And so think of the body like that. And you can go off on your own, and there's plenty of books on this, to just dive deeper and really understand this and like know this. The second one is mind creates reality. And I'll just continue with um, my like video game analogy. I like to play video games, right? So it's just easy for me. So I was talking about the remote control to like your 3D character, your avatar. The remote control in this life is your mind. Your thoughts are shaping the reality around you 24/7. Your beliefs doing the same thing. Your emotions are just putting energy into those, again, creating the reality around you. And I feel like this sounds crazy and maybe like a little abstract. So some books that I'll point you towards is like Abraham Hicks books. I feel like every single one of them at some fundamental level is teaching this, that your thoughts, your emotions, which lead to actions, are creating your reality. And I mean, you can just practice this. That's what they say, like fake it till you make it, right? Or believe it till you see it. Because it starts here. It first starts with your thoughts, like what you're thinking, like I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, right? And then feeling like you're a millionaire every time you get like $100, and then maybe you start having more actions like, well, if I want to be a millionaire, I got to put some money away. I can't just keep spending it. Got to invest it. And then next thing you know, your reality is shaped. That's like a real simplified analogy of how your thoughts create your reality. But yeah, your mind is the remote control to that avatar. So just keep that in mind. I think having that understanding is super important. And I feel like if you don't necessarily understand that piece, you might notice, like, once you watch the other videos, if you start tackling, say, the physical and maybe spiritual, like your mental and emotional symptoms will stick around, because that like that piece is so pertinent to healing those symptoms. So the next one, how many I got? I think I got 4 here. I should have said that from the beginning, but I got 4. The next one is emotions. So your emotions are a guidance system. Your emotions will let you know, for one, if you're doing what you want to do. Are you doing what others are telling you? Are you doing what society's telling you to do? Or is this, where your heart and mind is at? Like, is this is this what you want to do? If you feel at any dis-ease, like, all right, like that's a clear sign you're not doing something you want to do. And I'm not talking about like you feel some pain or discomfort while working out because like you never worked that muscle in your life, so you should stop. I'm talking about I'm talking about emotional discomfort, right? So I love analogies, right? Say you're playing the video game. I'm gonna go back to the video game, and you got 2 paths, right? And one looks like sunshine and rainbows. One looks like darkness and terror. And you're like, I really want to go down the darkness and terror one, right? Like that just excites you for whatever odd reason. But a lot of times, like the logical piece of us will get in the way and like completely disregard our emotions, right? You felt really excited to go that way. You felt really curious, but you're like, I probably should go the sunshine and rainbows way. Like, I'm not trying to get hurt, blah, blah, blah. And so you end up doing something you don't really want to do. And then like you're stuck, you're stuck with that decision until like, the situation's over, unless you want to do a complete U-turn. Some people will do, but some people are like, you know, they're hard-headed and they keep going in the direction that they really don't want to go in. And so that's what I mean by your emotions are your guidance system. Trying to keep a high level, but I don't know. I find it difficult to keep these kind of topics high level, but I'm trying to. And the last one is unity, God, universe, source, whatever you want to call it, Allah, like I think everybody has different names for God. I like to go with the universe. I like to use a collection of them, right? I like the universe, I like God, and I like, sometimes I use source, right? But understanding that we are all one. None of us are separate. What I mean by that at a high level, God, source, the universe has created everything here, right? Like even us, right? The individual us's that we feel are so separate and divided, we are all created by one source. So we are not separate. We are all of the same energy. Everything that is being created here is all from the same energy. And if we are all the same energy, how are we really separate? We are not. This concept, this is what I'm still learning. Like, it ain't all the way settled in here, but at a high level, I understand that, you are me and I am you. So this is where my video too, I talked about it a little bit. I don't know what its name. I'll just link it up here somewhere. You give what you receive, right? Or you treat others how you would want to be treated. Because how you treat others is how you treat yourself. You're not going to treat anyone differently than how you treat yourself, because again, we're all the same. So if you have that negative thought system, always attacking yourself, always making yourself feel guilty, punishing, anything like that, you're going to do that consciously or unconsciously to others. So just something to keep in mind. I don't know if that's a good way of explaining it. Again, this is where I feel like if you're not getting this, dive a little deeper into the world of spirituality and self and see what you find. Okay, so these prerequisites, these ideas, they changed how I saw ADHD. I used to just see it as like just a diagnosis and it's just something that happened to me, right? But after my years of healing, I've come to realize it was just far more complex than we really thought it was. I get that we gave it a name so we could communicate what's going on to one another, right? And then we have this name, and we put in the box the name ADHD, like a plethora of symptoms that anybody could have, and somebody's is on level 5 and another person's on level 1, right? Like a nice way to communicate, but again, it was this box that had me trapped, that wasn't really allowing me to see the complexities that it truly was. And I feel in order to really heal these, you need to be able to see it, right? You need to be able to see the issues. So in my next video, I'm going to be breaking it down in terms of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, the different categories of symptoms, right, that create ADHD. And again, this is all my experience. I'm not claiming to be a doctor. I'm not claiming this is going to work for everyone, because it may not, especially if you don't believe it will, then it won't. But if you've done everything and you're like, nothing's working, I highly suggest you watch this series and give it another try. Maybe you were looking at it from inside the box, and being out of that box will allow you to see the complexities that really need to be addressed.